I really enjoy the opportunity of expanding on a typical cookie. To me, that's more fun than just stamping a regular cookie. So when I was asked to do a gender reveal that had a very unique rattle, I was excited because I didn't have that rattle. This is the rattle that I have. It's very basic. It's designed to have, I always put 2 bows right here, and that's basically it. The one she showed me has leaves on it. So I found this little leaf cutter that has similar shaped bumps as the one that she wanted. And so I'm going to put these together to make a single cookie that will have the round of the rattle and then the wavy leaves at the bottom. And I just wanted to show you how I do that. We call it the frankencookie because if you think about Frankenstein, he's one creature built from multiple parts of different creatures. So we're going to have one cookie built from, this time only 2 cookie cutters, but it's not uncommon for me to use, 3, 4. I've used as many as 6 on one cookie, just getting the right curves and shapes. Now, yes, there is an option to hand cut with a knife. I find that work quite tedious. There's definitely an art to it, and it's not my favorite thing to do. So if I can frankencookie, I will do that any day before hand cutting. I'm just not a fan of hand cutting. All right, I've already rolled out my cookie dough. So really, I don't know what I was going to grab. I forgot. What we're looking for is the rattle and the leaf put together. So I'm going to just kind of gauge where I want the leaf to start, and it's going to be at the same place the bow starts. Okay, and you're on a tripod, so if I fiddle with it too much, it's going to be really shaky and weird. But you can kind of see the indent there where I started the leaf, okay? Because I want it to be about that same spot. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that. Okay, so now I have this weird, like multi-cookie piece leaf down here and the top of the rattle. Okay, obviously I could just pull all the cookie dough around it like this, and attempt to move all these little individual pieces onto the cookie sheet and pray to God that it doesn't fall apart, which it's going to do. But as you can see, because just, those cuts were already there, it's going to be too difficult to do. So what we do is we're just going to take all this out, and we're going to leave the top. Okay. Now this leaf cutter has a real tiny stem, so sometimes the dough gets stuck in there. Usually when I make this leaf as just a cookie, I just get rid of that stem because it drives me crazy. But because it's frankencookieing, we kind of need it, so there it gets stuck. All right. See, you're already, you can't see very well. Here we go. So I cut the leaf now. Get some of this dough out of the way. Get a little flour on my spatula to help it keep it from sticking to the bottom. I'm going to pull up this leaf. I'm actually going to go ahead and pull up the top of the rattle too. let's come over here to our, go ahead and place it on the cookie sheet. And just like a puzzle piece, we'll put that together. And voila, now I have the baby rattle with the leaves. I'll clean that out with my scribe. I don't have it right here with me, but just for safe measures, I usually get a paintbrush and a little cup of water, and I'll paint some water in there just to make it a little stickier, so to make sure that that bakes together really well. And I'll do that here in just a minute, but I just wanted to show you how to put them together first. Back to the cookie dough. Now that I know I only need this top part of the rattle, I don't need any of this, I can go ahead and cut out the rest of my rattles, because I need 12 of them. And all I really need to make sure is that the rattle part is intact. So the rest of the cookie is irrelevant. I just need that top part. So as you can see, this other parts don't matter. So not cutting them out doesn't matter. Okay, because all I'm going to do is go through and punch out this leaf tail and then re-roll the dough. And you know, all I want is that part right there. So I just wanted to show you that you don't have to worry about making sure you cut out all of the cookie, you know, that you have to have this nice clean cookie to start with, because you don't if you're franken cookieing like this. You just need the part that you need from that cookie, and then that's it. Now the second part, obviously, because we need this whole cookie, whoops, see, there goes that darn stem. We need the whole cookie to fill in the hole and make the bottom of the new cookie. Obviously, you want to make sure you are giving this a nice clean cut. I just wanted to point that out. I'm probably just going to fill that hole in with, I don't know, stupid stem. It always gives me trouble. And no, the plastic wrap does not work on this one. The plastic wrap trick. If you know it, great. If you don't, that's fine too. So anyway, I just wanted to point that out, that you do want to make sure you have nice clean cuts on the cookie that is staying whole. Okay, so I put the water on, and I wound up on these ones that the stem broke off. I just grabbed a little blob of cookie dough, shoved it in there, and then used the water to kind of help move the dough around a little so it would stick. You can still see a little tiny hole there. There it goes. But once these bake, it'll close up those holes, and then once I ice them, you'll never know they were there. Okay. So I've just pulled them out of the oven. You can still kind of vaguely see that it's two cookies, but they did bake together. And once I ice them, I'll be sure, you always have to make sure you ice over top of those connections. Don't ever take your icing to the connection and stop, because that makes that spot even weaker. It is a weak joint. It's not as strong as a solid cookie. So always make sure that you fully ice over those connections to ensure the strongest joint possible for your cookie. And now we have some really pretty rattles that will have leaves hanging off of them. And I'll show you the final product after I ice them.